my health, personally as my health. I need to have other choice except to cancel the class. I hope, inshallah, we looking at the academic calendar. Inshallah, we will be able to finish all the syllabuses without a need to have the replacement class. Without a need, I think, because suppose if you look roughly at the academic calendar, it appears that we are going to have around 16 weeks. So I think plus minus everything, we will be able to finish all the classes without a need to have the replacement class. I don't think we need to have the replacement class. So that's the thing that. Okay, Hamil, with 1 more minute. Okay, while waiting for your friend, please write down your name at the chat section as a proof of your attendance. Okay. Today, I consider today is the things that the topic which reflects about yourself. Reflects about yourself. 3 years, 4 years of your life you have spent here, and then after this you are going to join the industry, get employed, or open your own business, whatever direction you are going to. But it reflects about yourself, about the knowledge, how you identify your expertise, your knowledge, based on your specialization. Okay. And how it is today is about to know what do you know. Okay, if you reflect properly the topic for today, it is related about that. Okay, there are still people keep coming, no problem. This is the knowledge, the nature of knowledge. Today we discuss about the nature of knowledge. Okay, maybe, hopefully, at the end of this class, all of you will be able to identify your position, whether you are still at the information stage or you are already upgraded yourself to the knowledge stage. Okay, meaning that if you are still at the information, it means that extra effort need to be made by yourself. Okay, meaning that you are not ready to join the industry. Okay, this is a thing that. But if you, after considering a few discussion from this topic, then you realize that Alhamdulillah, part of it I already upgrade myself, I already at the knowledge position, then Alhamdulillah. Meaning that you need just to improve yourself on certain parts. It is very important to reflect. Because when you join the industry, there are a lot of things they need to do. And sometimes if you are not properly managed, it did become a stressful endeavor in your life. That's why it's better for us to get prepared nowadays. Now, before you join the industry as a student, because as a student you have time. So this today is about that, so that we know about our position, your position. Okay, where are you now after spending 3 years of your life here, or 4 years of your life here? Whether you are still in the information or even the data, no, just a facts, and do not know how to utilize it, or it already upgrade to information. You know where to find, you know what's that, but maybe you already have certain maqam of knowledgeable to be considered as knowledgeable person. Just a thing that you need to bear in mind. Okay, please, Brother Awab, what do you want to ask?
I just don't want to ask a question. I just want to mention that it's really while we are in university, we learn how to uh, be learning by ourselves. Like after taking the classes,
Mm.
to
Oh.
go in advanced articles and read the slides and books.
Mm. Yeah, this is a thing that to be independent learner is one of the, we can say that, because one of the, I think, uh, requirement by the university, long life learning, and the domain of long life learning. Yeah, I agree with you. Most of the time, students need to learn by themselves. There will be no concept of talaqi. Okay, in some places in the masjid, but because the university it has a very short period of time. They try to compress everything, to provide everything, and it is up to student to become cream of a cream, to make them ready to have additional knowledge and so forth. Okay, this is the thing that, but for Malaysian, we have people who study religion, we consider the pasantren, traditional religious institution. They learn from page to page in front of the teachers, muallim. Okay, page to page or kitab. But 12, 20 years, one kitab. 10 years, that's the thing that it takes time. But here, university, that's why in your course outline, they have student learning time, SLT. You need to have, after finishing the lecture, give a lecture provide the textbook, provide the slide presentation. You need to learn by yourself. You cannot rely 100% from the lectures. Okay, that's why it's very important for us to reflect today, especially today, to know where are you now, especially those who already done their FYP1, already done the FYP2, just join to ready to enter the internship. Okay, just for those just join, please write down your name at the chat section as a proof of attendance. Okay, maybe next semester, some of you will go for intern. The big question, how to survive, how to cook yourself in that particular industry. Okay, one of the things you need to be, after getting accepted by that company, you need to show you know something. You need to show to your colleagues that you can contribute something. Otherwise, you become the seat warmer. We do not want that. It's very important for us today. That's why hopefully this course, this today will trigger you to ask yourself, your position. If you are still in information, you know what it is, but you don't know how to utilize it, you don't know how to relate, synthesize it, meaning that you need to do something extra. Okay, maybe go back to your notes from the first year, second year, and or go to YouTube, learn, get the note, try to identify a few points from each courses, each subjects that can be upgraded to become your knowledge. This is very important. Okay, so let's. I didn't think I want to. I think we let's go to the slide. As a point. Okay. And also, please read your textbook, especially with regard to your case study, because I intend to for your the marks for your case study report. First, I want to see your how you can apply your ability, your group's ability to apply the things mentioned by the authors in the textbook into your imaginary IT companies. Okay. From that, and then also your creativity to elaborate that. Okay, this is the thing that, because why it's very important, so that you will have ideas. When you go to your internship or even for the real employment, you have the ideas on how to survive, on how to contribute, on how to react, on how to communicate about certain jobs, certain tasks related to your portfolio and so forth. It's a thing that, inshallah, I intend to see that. That's why very important for you to have a look at your textbook. Okay, today about this, the nature of knowledge. It is one, before we can understand the concept of knowledge management. In the previous class, we discussed the definition, general definition of knowledge management. Okay, the meaning, the intellectual capital, and so forth. Today, it goes to ourselves. Before we go further to understand the knowledge management, how knowledge can be managed in a company, we need to reflect ourselves. Where are we? That's why in order to reflect about ourselves, we need to understand what is knowledge. Okay, that's why in the beginning of this class, I mentioned this course is about to know what do you know, so that you will be able to know what you do not know. Okay, this is very important. Okay, at the beginning, Of course, we know that data raw facts, okay, blocks of information, okay, numbers, figures, okay, you can see the charts. That's the data. You can see the graph. That's the data. Okay, or unprocessed information. It depends on those individual. If you look at the chart, if you are coming from this background, you can interpret this. If you're coming, that's a data, unprocessed information. Okay, but after that, it will transform into information when it is organized and communicated. Okay, this data about the sales, the word sales there, communicated, that we know. Understand, that's information about the sale in a meaningful manner. This chart is about the truancy among students. Okay, this chart about pass and failure of KICT fourth year student, for example. Then we know we have to give the meaningful entity or manner, something to be understood, to become the information. And then that's the information. You learn about the internet application or web-based programming. You know HTML, you know, understand. If you look at the code, HTML, simple syntax, that understand. This is HTML. And then you combine with CSS. Okay, this is the data. But when it transforms into the real, when you save, you go to when you save as for example, index.php, for example, if you combine with PHP codes, or index.html, it transforms into the web page. Data information. We can say that like that. Simple example for you. Okay. Someone give you the list of data. Okay, and you are required to transform to this into to using your simple Excel. Okay, put it and put those data into specific columns. Sales, or for example, demographic data about individuals. That data become information. And that's why you can ask yourself, where are you now? You learn about many things throughout your study. Okay, you learn in this university. Let me have a look. Okay. Yeah, kuliah required courses, department required courses. Okay, from including the simple, for example, the soft courses like the business fundamental. Okay, entrepreneurship, ICT in Islam, ethics. Okay, law and cyber law and ethics. This thing and many things, or even technical, database programming, computer networking. They have data and they have information and they have knowledge. Try to think after this class, just get a few minutes, ask yourself, where am I? Where is my position in these particular courses? Am I confident enough, if I get employed tomorrow, to be given a task related to computer networking, to set up SMTP, to set up the web-based server? Okay, just to test whether you still remember. Okay. Muhammad Adib, what is SMTP? Simple. Muhammad Adib, are you with us now? What is SMTP? Simple thing. Stand for what?
Simple Mail Transfer Protocol.
Okay. It is for what?
It is for I think.
No, I think it is your it is something you learn in the second year student. Simple thing. SMTP stand for protocol for what?
Mail.
Email, yeah. It's simple as that. Okay, so do you know how, if someone, okay, If you join a company and your boss said to you, look, we are setting up, we try to automate many things. Now your task is set up the SMTP server for us. Can you do that simple way? Can you do that, brother? Can you say yes to your boss? Hello? Not those. Okay. I think this is a simple thing. So that's info. Alhamdulillah, but thank you, brother Madib. I mean that you know. Maybe you know. You know already that that's me concept. That information to upgrade yourself to know whether you are knowledge or not. In the knowledge, or you have the ability to know what type of tools, platforms that to be used to enable this thing. Okay, this is a simple thing. Simple. I believe that hopefully, or for example, you want to set up your boss want you. Okay, I think most of you learn about the computer networking. Okay, I want to just a simple. Okay, Umir Nazaruddin, are you with us now? Umir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me the simple thing on how to, let's say your boss just set up a small office. He wants everybody want to share a printer. Simple. Can you tell me a few things or steps to set up that?
Actually, I'm not sure how to answer that.
To share the printer. Okay, let's say you need to router. You need to have what? Router for what? Or switches. Router, switches, it's up to you. It's up to the condition. Okay, you need to have one PC to become the printer server.
Okay.
You can use your OS, even the simple OS, Windows 10, Windows 7, so that you can have, and you need to link that other computers to that particular switches, and then you can have that. So maybe because you forgot, brother Umir.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, no problem. That's what I'm trying to say. No problem. Thank you very much. I'm just to show you the importance for us, for you, all of you now. Do not take granted the thing that you have done in 4 years of your life here. Okay? Because when you do not know, unless you are coming from the prominent family in the ICT industry, where your position is clear. After graduation, you become the vice president of your company. That different story. But if you are coming from middle class, you need to survive. You need to struggle, compete with other people, other graduates. Then you need to have some added value about your life. So this is the simple thing. You learn about this when you are second year, computer networking, CSC 2201, computer networking. Okay, maybe second year or first year. Okay, I think second year, I think. And also you learn about database programming. Okay, simple. I want to ask about simple. I think I'm not going to ask with a lot of things, but I think you can reflect by yourself. You can start, for example, database. If your company wants you to set up a simple database about using for example, using Microsoft Access. I would like to know how many of you very confident using your your level of using Microsoft Access. Yasmin Hana Zulkifli, you are what? Intermediate, advanced user of Microsoft Access? Yes. Simple. Intermediate, alhamdulillah. So you know how to create the relationship between different between the entities. Okay. You know how to do normalization. What is normalization, Yasmin? What is normalization?
Normalization.
In database, there's one of the concept to normalize. What is normalization?
Normalize to divide larger tables into small tables.
Okay, how? Why?
Um, how?
Table, okay, to table, okay, why we need to normalize? In
Uh,
table, what do it contains? Sometimes, of course, it can contain the primary key. Okay, another keys that they may contain what?
Another case that may contain
In the table.
insertion, update, and deletion.
They may contain the foreign key as well.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
You still remember now? You got it?
Yes.
That's what the normalization is all to do. They try to see that whether it's there, they need to. Maybe there's after when you do the normalization, you need to have this another table to what call that to stable the relationship. Okay, this is the knowledge there. Thank you, Sister Yasmin.
Okay.
But on how to respond it in the way that it shows that you are knowledgeable. Because now I'm still looking for someone who can confidently, what's that? I mean that it's something. It is still information. Maybe you can just hopefully after this. No, I'm not going to test you. Just to see to show to you that it is very important for you to prepare. This course is about yourself. This course, the knowledge, okay? Because you can imagine if you go to if you got employed by a company, maybe because you perform very well, very good during the interview, alhamdulillah, you got employed, and you do not want to, and you still at the same status quo, considering you know things, because when we do not know, because when we do not know what we know, okay, you do not know. You think you know, but actually you don't know. You do not know. That's a problem. That's why it's very important for us to know what do you know. That's why I always advise my student, go back to your study plan and have a look at each courses and identify and ask yourself, okay, for example, on the system analysis and design, okay, what are the what's the meaning of system planning, system analysis, system design? What does it mean by prototype? What is the system design, implementation and maintenance, for example? What is the waterfall approaches? What is the object-oriented approaches in the SDLC? There are many concepts and sometimes requires you to know, because you know the best example about knowledge is medical doctor. I don't think we come across, maybe some, but maybe very rare, where we go to the medical doctor, tell about our ailments. The medical doctor say, I think I know what is your problem, but I forgot. I don't think we have met that type of situation. Normally they know suddenly, because while they practice, they keep reading and reading, okay, and they have a very tough, robust syllabuses, okay, long reading hours, until their brain can suddenly react to any situation. There's a thing that, because this you're supposed to be like that. When someone talk about normalization, okay, normalization is like this, bro. When you won't have a different table that have the front key and the primary key to ensure there's a very the relationship between one to one, many to many can be they're supposed to be like that. Okay, because you will do your FYP. Okay, so okay, coming back, knowledge. Okay, data is converted into information, and information is converted to knowledge. So now can consider roughly from what I asked you, the question that I just given to your friend, you are still at information. You know, but you cannot. You don't know. You do not. Maybe you need to some time. That's why that's good. Meaning that you will be able to improve yourself later. Okay, when you go for the interview, whatsoever. Knowledge. Okay, information that is evaluated and organized so that it can be used purposefully. You know about programming. Okay, you learn about the object-oriented programming. Okay, you know about the elements. First, you learn about elements of programming. Okay, and then you learn about object-oriented programming, and you learn about some maybe C++, C sharp. Okay, C sharp. Sorry, I need to have sorry, I have a important message to. Okay, for example, C++. You learn about that, or Python. I don't know. Maybe you learn about data.
Yes, sir. Like C, C++,
C++.
Java,
What else?
Python.
Python. Alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
Python. You learn about that. Maybe that those programming knowledge, the concept of programming is become information. To test whether that information is a knowledge when, for example, when your boss give you a task. Looks, this is the inputs from our customer about the system that they want to have. You look at the requirement, you look at their problems, then you know what type of codes you want to take for the library, on how to the codes that you want to you apply to undertake that requirement, to comply with that requirement. That is knowledge. Information, you know, but about how to how to coding, and suddenly looking at the situation based given by your customers, you know how to apply it. That's a knowledge. Okay. Simple example about knowledge information. You know that you know there are you know how to perform salah. You know there are 13 pillars of salah from the niyah until salam. Okay, and including the tertib. Okay, that's information. But when you join the jama'ah in masjid, you know when Imam Allahu Akbar, you put Allahu Akbar. So that's knowledge. You know how to perform it. Information to the knowledge. There are many things you can apply. You can use example to test whether you are at the information or knowledge. I'm praying to Allah that most majority of you already at the knowledge position, especially with regard to your specialization. But if there are students who yet to achieve that, who still not sure about your the thing that you learn from other classes or from other semesters, previous semesters, my suggestion, it's up to you actually at the end, to have a look back to your notes, or you can use another tool that available nowadays. You have the tutorial online, YouTube, whatsoever. Okay, and try to refresh, okay, your knowledge about so the thing that you learn from those classes. All right. Okay. This is an example, the diagram, the data information, process, and become the information. And to upgrade yourself to the knowledge, you need to be able to relate so that that information can become relevant. You also can make that information to become actionable, applied, applicable. Okay. And also, but sometimes in the big data analytics, from the data straight away to knowledge. Why relevant and actionable data? Because I think one of the common things in the big data analytics is the patterns, for example, from the email, from the transaction sales, and then you can interpret that look, this the thing that, for example, sales in the December for online gadgets increase almost 200%. And you, a knowledge person, sorry, CIO, for example, will understand, will know the trend from the government policies, from the environmental, from the situation, endemic, pandemic, people cannot go out, children learn online, everything, student, university student stuck at home. Okay, you understand? And how to that, meaning that maybe they want to make it more interesting for the long term. You deal with the you order bucks of many things as a knowledge CIO to deal with that. Okay, you have the good price because you have planning ahead for many things. That's a knowledge from the data. Okay, I think that thing I need to go very fast, otherwise we cannot finish. Okay, this is a thing that in the summary: data, information, knowledge, process data, information, involve manipulation of raw data. Okay, I thought someone. All right, information, meaning, insight to it. Information is data with a meaning. You see, for example, I'll give you an example of chart. Okay, when you have a meaning, then it becomes information. Information has meaning. It is organized for some purpose. Okay, that thing you can read by yourself. This is the simple thing we will discuss about that. I know I'm not going to go because already 9. We have more slide to go. Okay, but I think knowledge highest level. Okay, information in the middle level, data lowest level. Information that enable action and decision. I give examples: action and decision, or information with direction. So there you have gained a lot of information, brothers and sisters. 4 years of your life, 3 years of your life. It's not something. It's not a short period of time. Meaning you have spent your life here almost 3 semesters, 2 semesters, almost a year, almost, I don't know. I think oh yeah, 2 semesters, equivalent to 10 months. You have a lot of information. So how to utilize those information so that you become a knowledgeable person about in your specialization. Okay. Enable action, programming, database is used. Suddenly, when you join any company, your boss said, "These are our problem we are facing now." Then from that, you look at the data of a company, information, you have a knowledge on how to come up with a solution for that. Okay. This is one example. I give example as information. Analyze, understand information, believe what causality event, you know how to make a causality, provide a basic guide, meaningful action and thought, combination information, instinct, rules, ideas, procedures, and that guide action and decision. That's a knowledge. Combination of information. You learn about the database programming. You will learn about the web technologies. You learn about the computer networking. You learn about the MIS. Suppose, and you learn about business fundamental. You learn about the element of programming. Suppose you are ready actually to function effectively in the IT industry, or even in the different sectors. For example, some of you will change their direction by becoming the administrators of the government in government sector. For Malaysian Pegawai Takbir Diplomatic (PTD), for example, you'll be able to know to apply those information, the knowledge that you learn from these courses into the new dimension. That's a knowledge as well. Combination of information, sometimes in the same direction, same dimension, and sometimes in a different dimension. For example, in IT design, in the IT industry, you are the same dimension. But some of you will go to the government sector in a different dimension. All right. We still have many courses. This is the example of the diagram that show the information, data, information, and knowledge. Okay, this knowledge spectrum, we can say, and data knowledge. You can see, brothers and sisters, if you look carefully at this diagram, you can see that, okay, data, information system, information use, information event. If you, let's say, this thing can be transformed into the real world, reality, there will be the Muslim, for example, by using zakat center, pusat zakat institute that collect money from Muslim every year, every day. There will be no poor Muslim, and every Muslim will not face the issue of poverty. For example, in Malaysia, we talk about Malaysia. We have the Department of Registration. We have the Inland Revenue that handle the taxation. Everybody must, and we have the Department of Statistics, where everybody must be registered to it during the what call that, the registration period. Okay, where the officer will go to every places, rural or urban, to register, to check where's your IC and take note. And we have Pusat Zakat, we have banking system. And you know that every month the person, let's say 3,000, if your salary in Kuala Lumpur is 2,000 and below, you are poor, under the miskin and fakir. And in this one among the asnaf. You can imagine if that data, the transaction every month, you got a poor person receive a salary from into his bank account. The bank knows 1,500, and he knows from his registration Department of Statistics, this guy is staying with his family of 4 at Kuala Lumpur. And they can estimate that guy, the rental house is around 800 ringgit. And that sister can estimate that we know that the balance from that is 700. Okay, then suppose the data will go to system. If those system which I mentioned just now, Department of Statistics, Registration, Department Pusat Zakat, interoperated. I hope you know what does it mean by interoperability. Are you? Awab, you know what does it mean by interoperability?
As they sharing the information together?
Yes, meaning that you can share information, data migration, exchange data, exchange information from various platforms, various systems. Alhamdulillah, meaning that you know. You can imagine 700 left, and they know that from the online, they go to, and then it will notify. Suppose the system from that information data, suppose that system will notify the Pusat Zakat Center, look, this guy is having 700 and he has 4 kids to support, to feed, and his wife's not working. Okay, without a need for a guy to go to Pusat Zakat to apply for a zakat assistance, they will transform into, because it is automatically his asnaf. Knowledge. That's the thing that I hope that your generation, some of you, because we have a systems. We have the technology, for example, API, Application Program Interface. We have the IoT. Lot of things can be done nowadays. Okay, maybe your generation, when you become somebody in the government, for Malaysian, or maybe for international brother or sisters, when you go back to your country, for example, the rich country like Kuwait, Saudis, Amman, Qatar, you have the resources, you become somebody in the government, you may propose it. Maybe because you have the resources. For Malaysian, maybe when you become somebody in the government, because this thing cannot be, I don't think, because it involved with the people. That's why my specialization is techno-social study. I study about people and technology. Okay, and I come across, I conclude that it is not easy to deal with the people because technology is there, but the people actually become the stumbling blocks for the new good things to happen. Okay, that's why you hopefully your generation becomes someone who can initiate this. Okay, someone who can utilize the info, the data or information from the IS information system and benefit the other people as well, especially for the Muslim brothers sisters. Okay, for example, the asnaf there. Okay, let's have a look on the definition of knowledge. One of the prominent scholars in the knowledge management is Nonaka and Takeuchi. Okay, let's have a look on the what they how the they define knowledge as truth and belief, consists of truth and belief. Okay, first define. There are seven components in this definition. Truth and belief. Okay, you learn about let's reflect about the thing that you learn 4 years of your life at this university. Truth and belief. Okay, maybe related to the university required courses. You learn ungas, you learn about your belief, you learn about how to become a good Muslim, to become a good student. A lot of courses. Ask yourself, information or knowledge on this thing. Perspective and concept. Perspective. Do you have your own perspective now? What you want to be, how you want to contribute, where you want to be, where you want to contribute your knowledge, what type of knowledge that you want to contribute, how you can survive, your perspective about life, about your future direction, and so forth. The concept, do you know the concept about things that you learn as a student throughout all your life here at the university? Okay. With regard to the courses that you, sorry, I need to with regard to the courses that you learn, with regard to the indirect components of courses you learn about concept of life, concept of humanity, concept of society. Ask yourself as individual, judgment about your life. What's your judgment? Okay, about your approach, about your how you want to live your life, how you want to be in your life. Expectation from the knowledge that you have, from the information that you have. Where are you in next few years? Expectation. What your career path? How your knowledge that you gain here can help you to achieve those expectations. Ask yourself. If you're still not sure, that would mean that that's still information. Methodologies. There are a lot of methodologies in your what you learn here. Method of thinking, method of applying, method of synthesizing, method of researching, methods of transforming your FYP. Your FYP actually is transforming from the thing that you want to do into you manifest into the system animation. Depends on your type of your project. And the most important thing is know-how. As a fresh graduate, okay, know-how. 7 components. As a student of IIUM, as a student, or even as a man, as a Muslim, or as a man, where are you now from this thing? Not only the thing related to your courses, as a future BIT, okay, but as individual. Some of you are only 23 years old. Some of you are 22 years old. At least you got something related to this thing: belief, perspective, concept, judgment, expectation, methodology, and know-how. That's why Allah said, يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Okay? These are the things, that knowledge, the concept. Meaning that if you know this thing, inshallah, mean that you have a clear direction about your life. And also, one of the tools or one of the actions on how to apply information to become a knowledge, or you already have a knowledge, is to, for example, when you receive information, how you react it. From this definition, okay, receive information, how your reaction, just a receive information, or you know how to do it, or you know how to deal with it, you know how to respond to it. Okay, recognize, you'll be able to recognize this information, and this the data, and how to apply it, identify, analyze, interpret, evaluate, synthesize, decide, plan, implement, monitor. These are things that. So this definition, if you look carefully, it reflects a lot of things about our life. Okay, and how to live our life as a knowledgeable people. Okay. And other things, definition, we can say values, contextual information. Contextual information. Information that have a context. Data that have a meaning is information. Contextual information is a knowledge. Okay. It originates, knowledge originates, and is applied in the minds of knowers. Okay. In organization, it often become embedded. Right? Embedded, not only document or representative, but also in the organizational routine, process, practices, and norm. That's why in some organization, okay, you can suggest in your organization on how to transform, on how to identify knowledge from the organizational routines, meeting, for example, annual or monthly meeting, assembly, for example, processes, practice, and norm. Practices. For example, in your organization at 4 p.m., everybody must leave the job, must go to the mosque. Sorry, during Asar, every time, Zuhur and Asar, everybody must Salatul Jama'ah. Sit together, and then we have simple tazkirah. That's the routines. And the company will prolong half an hour, maybe, mean that since the Salatul Jama'ah become compulsory, you start your work after lunch is 2:30. And everybody must have lunch together. Okay. And the company will, they this a thing that, so that people can discuss. Okay, these are routines, practice. Okay. Okay, now we go to the various perspective of knowledge. Okay. Perspective of knowledge, which mentioned by Nonaka, perspective, your perspective. Knowledge can become under the category of subjective view and objective view. For the knowledge as a subjective view is a knowledge as a state of mind. What is in your mind? Okay, you learn. When you look something, you know. When you know how to identify, you know what is it. You know how to that thing can reflect you, can affect you. It's here in state of mind. You know, okay, because based on your experiences, based on your studying, you know. Knowledge as a practice. Inshallah, we go one by one after this. And for the knowledge perspective knowledge as an objective view. Something is objective, not just subjective, but objective. Must have can be measured. Knowledge as an object. Knowledge as access to information. Knowledge as capability. Let's have what does it mean by one? Okay. Okay, subjective, objective, possible state of mind, and practice. Okay, and objective, we already discussed about that. Okay, let's go to the state of mind. under the subjective perspective. It is an individual mind, belief of individual within organization, individual belief within organization. Okay. For example, in the government sector, there are portfolios, different portfolio from the lower rank into the higher rank. Okay. Normally, the lower rank, they just do whatever the top people ask them to do with regard to their job scope. For example, the typist, they can type very fast, type, because it's a state of mind. Okay, but they don't know nothing about the content. Just type. Okay, within the organization. The focus here is all the middle management. They deal with to handle the resources, human capital, procurement. This is with the organization. And top management, they have the only strategic planning on how to bring that ministry, on how to request the budget, on how to see the important infrastructure for its units, division, departments, so on about the how many people, how to deal with the ministers' requests, how to deal with the public image. There's the top management. Okay. An individual to enhance the personal areas of knowledge that can apply them in the best pursuit organizational goal. How to become the best typist. They know about the context so that they will know, they will, for example, maybe the typist can admonish, advise the officer, look, you are using the wrong nomenclature to address the ministry, the minister, for example. If that knowledge, if the typist is more than typist, because they know, because she has been typing thousands of letters a day from various officers, and they know that the right nomenclature, the right name to be addressed to the minister. Okay, yang berhormat, for example. Let's say the officer do not know yang officer, yang berbahagia. And in for Malaysia, they know. And then typist says, sir, it is wrong. You shouldn't write the yang berbahagia because it is minister yang berhormat. But if the typist just a typist, yang berbahagia, and the mistake made. This knowledge state of mind must be, after years of practice, they know. Even you are just a typist. Okay, you can apply a different scenario. State of mind, how to transform that state of mind so that it can benefit other dimension. Knowledge as a practice. Knowledge research, I think we stop here because I think it is more than 1 hour. Looking at the, I don't know whether as-sukut alamatul ridha, as-sukut alamatul naum. I don't know. Okay, knowledge as practice. Research not anyone head, but in practice. Okay. Believe consistent, but the belief themselves are collective rather than individual. For example, as mentioned to you just now, that a particular organization, in every salat prayer, everybody must stop and have salat to jama'ah for the sisters. They need to be in that place. And after the salah prayer, there will be simple tazkirah by the manager, okay, on different topics related to. That's the practice. Knowledge as a practice. Okay. Neither possessed by anyone, but contain anyone representative. It's just simple practice. For example, some non-Muslim organization, they have the break at 3 p.m. Everybody must leave the job and go to the pantry room and have a coffee. Everybody must be there and discuss. Must chit chat, must share. That's a practice. and that from that practice will become a knowledge. There will be something can be understood, can be apprehended by everybody. Okay. I think almost 1 hour, as mentioned by the dean. If you want to avoid student from sleeping in your class in the uh, classes, first make sure not more than 1 hour. I think is this true. I think one course not by our dean but by other speaker. Okay, 1 hour is a maximum. Unless you are very good speaker, and I do not consider myself as a good speaker. Okay, 1 hour is almost maximum a student can. I don't know. Some of you already sleep. I didn't. The reason why I do not make compulsory to all of you to activate your video, because I know some of you rely on the mobile data, and when you activate your video, it will utilize your mobile data more rather than static like this. So I think there's hopefully my trust on you will be appreciated. Okay, none of you will be sleeping, get or leave just on and leave. Okay, because this course today, inshallah next week, very important. You need to ask yourself. I'm going to repeat before I release you. You need to ask yourself, where are you now? Okay, whether you are still information or already upgraded to knowledge position. If you are still information, then something wrong somewhere. Then you need to, but the good things that you have time. You have time to improve yourself. You have time to upgrade yourself. Okay, so that's why I'm suggesting after this, if you're still not sure, okay, this course today and until we finish is about know what do you know. Okay, knowing what do you know, so that you will be knowing what you do not know. Okay, because this is so that you can contribute when you know what you do. What do you know? Inshallah, you can contribute something to your future companies. Okay, and you can survive in the quite challenging industries nowadays. Okay, with all the advancement technology that we have, inshallah you can survive. I think that's all from me. Any other question before I adjourn the class?
No, sir. Thank you.